Hi, this is Julianne McElroy coming to you live here in Hockessin, Delaware. I want to tell you the sexy secret to a great love. See, I believe in great love and it exists. I've had it and I know others who do as well. You know, when I was a girl back in 1992, I was going to Seattle, Washington to meet my then boyfriend at his sister's house. And I was pretty sure that John was going to ask me to marry him. So we had a great week while we were there. We visited all kinds of places, went to the coffee shops in Seattle, and in a coffee shop he said, "Do you love me?" And I thought he was going to ask me to marry him right then and there. And I said, "Yes, I love you." Then he didn't. So then we went to a little town called Port Townsend. It was a fishing town. We ate seafood. And at dinner, he said, "Do you love me?" And I said, "Well, yes, of course I love you." And I thought he was going to ask me to marry him right there on the water, but no, he didn't. So then we were out at the shore, and there was this amazing shoreline filled with trees who had tumbled from the cliffside into the water, and they were stripped of all their bark and branches. And there was a natural seesaw right on the beach. So we climbed like kids onto the seesaw, and we rode the seesaw up and down, and he yelled across, "Do you love me?" And I thought, oh gosh, he's going to ask me here. And I said, yes, I love you. Didn't ask me. So then we took this hike to Snoqualmie Falls, and we went to the bottom of the beautiful, beautiful waterfall. And we were sitting on rocks and our feet were in the water. And John said, "Julianne, do you love me?" I was a little frustrated at this point because he just kept questioning me. And I said, yes, I love you. But it's not about how much we love each other. It's about, are we committed? And he said, "Well, I'm committed." And he put the ring in my hand and said, "Will you marry me?" Well, of course I said yes. See, commitment is the sexy secret to a great love. Look, we went through so many things in our lives as a married couple. We went through separation from my family because I moved away. And I had a little brother at that time, and my mom was a single mom. My dad had died like 2 years earlier. It was a lot of change. We went through dealing with mental illness and family members, to moves and job changes. He was studying for exams for the first several years of our marriage, getting more and more certifications, and we both worked jobs, and we didn't see much of each other. Gosh, every time he was studying for a new test, I would cry. You know, we went through loss of babies, and then finally we went through 5 years of terminal illness. We went through a lot, but we had a great love. And you know why? Because the sexy truth about having a great love is being committed to your partner. You know, we're not promised happiness in this world. We just aren't, but we're promised the pursuit of happiness. And one of the great things about our relationship was we were so committed. We invested in one another with how we treated each other, with even going to seminars and reading books and surprising each other. We worked hard at our relationship because we were committed. And when we weren't feeling it, when we weren't feeling happy, or we were going through difficult things, we were committed, and we did what it took to pursue happiness and a great love. You know, after he died, I remember talking to one of my coaches who I said, "John was the love of my life." And he said, "Wait a minute, I want to stop you right there." He said, "You loved being married. I'm not diminishing that. You loved having your children. They're your legacy. But who's to say the great love of your life isn't yet to come?" He said, "You need to think about that." And you know, I believe in great love, and I know there's a great love for me to come. It's coming. So, you know, I just want to remind you that if you're not in a great place, if you're going through difficult things in your relationship, remember you made a commitment. It's not a sexy word these days. People don't even know what commitment means. It's not about your feelings and about being happy. This is about you've made a commitment. Does your word mean something? Are you doing the things to invest in yourself, to make yourself a better person, and in your partner to help them? Are you working to pursue happiness and do it in a way that shows that you are committed and that you keep your word? Now, I know there's so many difficult things that people go through. I'm not belittling anybody who's had tragedy or difficulties. I'm not talking about abuse. If you're in an abusive relationship, you need to separate and get out and get safe and then seek wise counsel. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about just the general day in and day out. Guess what? We lose our feelings. Feelings change, they come and go. We acknowledge them, but they're just feelings. They're not facts. And the fact is, when you say I do, when you say yes, it's a commitment. And even in the most difficult of times, you can have a sexy, great love by staying committed. This is Julianne coming to you live here in Hockessin, Delaware, helping you to change your mind, change your health, and change your life. Have a great night.